is our SIGGD group, which is a game development group. And they basically just build games year to year. Every year they do a new game. Right now, so some of their past ones, they built a 2D side scroller, and I think they have a 3D shooter here as well. And then we also have ideas. They're going to be making the game soon. A lot of fun, so feel free to participate in that. If you want to get in contact with us, we have a Discord. We'll obviously be on our Zoom call later tonight as well. And then our call out is actually right after this meeting at on Twitch, and I'll post the link in the chat. Oh yeah, it's on Twitch. We're not messing with anything that could go wrong. So I will post that here in the chat, and that will be at 7:30. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Okay, I think you accidentally privately messaged me that, so I'm just gonna throw it into the chat, so everyone should be able to see it. Oh, perfect. Thank you. So let's keep going. Alrighty. Thank you so much for presenting. We fixed the screen sharing thing, so you should be able to present. All the other clubs should be able to screen share their things now. So thank you, ACM, for presenting. The next club we are going on to is CSWN, or Computer Science Women's Network.
Can you guys hear me and see my screen?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay then, so, hi everyone. I'm president of the CSWN this year. I'm Rujala. And I guess before we start, we're gonna send all of you guys this link so that you can that we can send you guys more information. So let me just put that in the chat really quick. Actually, I'll just put it in a second. So yeah, once you guys fill out this Google form, we can send you more information about how to join the club. But yeah, so just to get started, the Computer Science Women's Network is an organization here at Purdue. It consists of people who are dedicated to helping women in the fields of CS and data science. The goal of the club is just to create a close-knit community for women in CS and in data science, and just to help encourage women to stay in the field and succeed. So kind of how the time commitment works, we do weekly meetings Thursdays from 6 to 7, and then we also have some bigger events scattered throughout the semester as well. So I'm going to pass it off to Sneha to talk a little bit about Women in Tech Panel.
Hey, I'm Sneha. I'm one of the corporate liaisons for CSWN. One of our biggest events every year is our annual Women in Tech panel. We have tons of companies come and talk about employees talk about their experiences at these specific companies. They answer tons of questions that all of our members and other people have, and it's very interactive. And if you're a freshman, I 100% recommend going to this event.
All right, hi, I'm Zoe. I am the Puzzle Day Master. So Puzzle Day is all about getting into groups and solving puzzles and having fun with friends. We usually have some kind of food there, really cool prizes. So yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Layla. I'm CSWN's marketing specialist, and I just want to touch on some of the socials that we do here at CSWN. So socials are something we try to incorporate throughout the year as part of our club, and it's just normally a less academic focused event and more of a event that allows you to get to know other members of the club and get to meet new people. Sometimes we'll have them with just members of our club and our club officers, and other times we'll incorporate some companies or corporate partners during our socials. Personally, it's one of my favorite parts of CSWN, and it's a really great way to meet new people. In the past, some of our socials have included painting pottery with Salesforce, cookie decorating, and we even did a member photo shoot at one point.
Hi, I'm Macy Wheeler, and I'm the other corporate liaison for CSWN. So I want to just touch upon corporate events. So throughout the year, we do a lot of events with companies. I specifically have like networking events with engineers from across the country, or we do tech talks or resume reviews, have like panels of people talk about just like their experience in the industry and kind of like can give us tips for interviews and everything CS related. And they kind of allow our members to get more information on internships and full-time opportunities. So yeah, that's about it.
Hi, yes. My name is Beatrice Willem. I'm the secretary for CSWN, and the process to become the member is you should fill out and submit the new member application. We haven't distributed the form yet, but if you do fill in the form for attending the call out today, you'll get an email for that form. Whether you are old or you should fill out the new member form, so you would be accepted as a CSWN member for this year. If you are a new member, we also recommend you scheduling an intro meeting with the club officer. This will also be distributed later in the email. And please attend the meetings and events so that you can earn points and you can remain an active member of the club.
Aria, I think that's all we have. So I'll put that link in the chat, and then, yeah, I think that's all we got.
Thank you so much, guys. I loved how you presented with all of the officers and made it feel so nice. So thank you for presenting, and I hope you guys enjoyed learning more about CSWN. I'm a part of it. Anisha's a part of it. It's a great organization, so definitely look into it. You don't have to like identify as female to join CSWN, just a heads up. Next, we're gonna go on to LaunchPad.
All right, great. Well, just give me 1 second to share my screen and let me know when you can see it.
We can see it.
Okay, perfect. All right, everyone, my name is Daniel Kambick, and I am the president of LaunchPad. I am a senior in CS focusing on software engineering and machine intelligence. So just getting into what LaunchPad is. LaunchPad is a peer-to-peer mentorship program. So what that means is as a member, we will pair an upperclassman mentor with you for the fall semester. And with that mentor, they're going to help you develop your technical and professional skills in kind of a one-to-one mentorship setting. So the primary focus of LaunchPad is to design and develop a technical project with your mentor throughout the fall semester. It's completely up to you. We don't assign what project you have to work on. If you have an idea that you've always wanted to implement, but maybe not the technical skills or the motivation, this is a great way to do it. You can develop the project in whatever language or framework you'd like, and your mentor will help you and assist you in learning the skills necessary to develop that project. Also, throughout the semester, you're going to learn professional skills from your mentor, whether it's getting feedback on your resume, getting tips for interviewing, anything like that, and also just general tips about how they've succeeded here at Purdue. And finally, you're going to have a network of peers that you can rely on and work with. Usually every semester we have about 60 people involved. So we have quite a bit of peers for you to work with and learn from. We'll also be having social events throughout the semester, which leads me to my next slide. Will be taking place fully virtual this fall. So if you're not on campus, it's not a problem. We'll be conducting social events through online means so that you can still get connected with other people in the club besides your mentor. So if you're not on campus, feel free to apply. That's not going to be a problem or a barrier for joining LaunchPad. Also, we have less emphasis on what we consider a complete project. We know that with the pandemic, things are a lot busier and stressful, so we're not expecting a completely polished project by the end of the semester. As long as you've learned something new and have designed and thought about your idea and really frameworked it out, That's all we're looking for. If you get to the point of implementing it, that's great, and we really would love to see that, but we're not expecting that this coming semester. So about getting involved, because we are a peer-to-peer mentorship club, we are limited by the number of mentors that we have each semester. So there is an interview process. Mind you, with this, we're not looking for the best. If you are driven and you want to learn and be involved, that's more of the person that we're looking for. You don't have to have any prior experience with CS. The goal of this program is that you learn new skills and can develop something really cool with your mentor throughout the semester. And then if you're accepted after your interview, we'll have a pairing night where you get to meet all the other accepted mentees as well as the mentors. And you'll have a night of talking with them. We'll be hosting this virtually. And after that night, you kind of have a list of preferred mentors that you'd like to work with. And based on that list, we'll try and pair you up as best possible. And once you have paired with your mentor, then it's time to start your project. The timetable is totally up to you. We really don't manage how you two work. So that's kind of self-managed between the mentee-mentor pairs. So if you're interested, you can certainly fill out this form for the application. The application is closing soon because we're going to be starting interviews next week. I'll have this up, by the way, in my breakout room later for those who are interested. So that's everything for me, and thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I loved hearing about LaunchPad. I actually wanted to join last year and I didn't. So to all the freshmen, definitely check out LaunchPad. I had a couple friends in there and they love it. Next, we'll be moving on to Purdue Capture the Flag Club.
Hello, everyone. All right, is the screen up? Is that the right screen?
Yep.
Okay. Hello, everybody. We are the Boilers Capture the Flag Club here at Purdue. We do CTF competitions. My name is Andrew, and I am an officer of the club this year, and I'm joined today by two other officers.
Hey, my name is Tuhin Sarkar, and I am the club treasurer.
And hi, I'm Richard. I'm just another officer as well.
So capture the flag competitions are typically run online, and they consist of teams competing in various areas or categories of computer security related topics. The most common types of competitions we do are known as Jeopardy style, where you have different categories of competitions and challenges within those categories that are worth different points. A challenge is solved by finding what is known as a flag, which is a string of text hidden somewhere or encrypted in some way that you have to pull out. As a quick disclaimer, we do some of what people might consider or think of when they hear the word hacker, but our skills are developed exclusively for educational and research purposes only. We don't condone illegal or offensive actions using the material used in our club, and our club practices ethical white hat hacking, and we condemn black hat hacking. That aside, anyone can join. We take all majors, all skill levels. We will provide you the material to get you up to speed, to help you learn. And all you need is the willingness to learn and a computer.
And so the first two categories are reverse engineering and binary exploitation. And so this is generally what people 10 years ago used to think of if you said that you were a hacker. They knew that you meant you were hacking programs and reverse engineering C code. And so for reverse engineering, it's figuring out how a program works and how it functions at a basic level. So oftentimes that involves disassembling it using tools such as GDB and Ghidra and analyzing the assembly language code instead of higher level code. On the screen, the right side picture is some disassembled code. And binary exploitation is a process of actually finding an exploit for a program that will break it in some way that is advantageous to you. For example, in a lot of CTFs, there will be a program running on a remote server, and you need to send it an exploit payload that will let you get a shell or print out a flag. And for binary exploitation, Pwn tools and Python are the most common tools used.
The next topic we're going to be talking about is web exploitation. And pretty much everyone has had experience with the internet, the web applications, websites, etc. And well, the thing is, if these websites are badly programmed, then you can yank files out of them that, well, you wouldn't be able to access, or you shouldn't be able to access. And that's what web exploitation is all about. How a web challenge usually works is that you go onto a website that's hosted by the CTF organizers, and they tell you there's a flag somewhere on this website, go get it. And you have to use a lot of tools, a lot of different tools to find this flag. Some of them include XSS or cross-site inject JavaScript code directly into the web page, or maybe the more commonly known SQL injection if a database does not clean up its inputs. Web uses a lot of different techniques, and personally, I think it's one of the most fun.
A common category you'll see in CTF competitions is cryptography, and these can range from the classical ciphers that you may have experienced in elementary or middle school with the substitution ciphers, exchanging letters for numbers, or Caesar ciphers where you just shift all the letters in the alphabet by 13 and use that to encrypt the message. And then we also have modern ciphers, which are used throughout the internet and in actual industry, such as RSA, which is used a lot on the internet. If you enjoy math a lot, especially discrete math, then you might like crypto. If you really liked courses like CS182 or 381, crypto might be a category you also enjoy. The challenges typically consist of something like being given a custom cipher and a source code for that, and you have to figure out a vulnerability in how it's been programmed. Or sometimes you'll just be given encrypted text without any other information, and you have to analyze it to try and determine how it was encrypted and see if you can decrypt it. Now, there are a lot more different types of categories, such as hardware, where you actually will deal with maybe a Raspberry Pi running some simple circuit, or analysis and forensics types challenges, where you might be looking to find someone's phone number or Twitter account, or attempting to sniff out some network traffic using Wireshark. But these four that we discussed today are probably the most common ones.
And so how to join? So because of COVID, we were entirely online. Our meetings and communication will be on Discord, so make sure to join that. And we have meetings every Monday and Friday at 6:30 p.m. EST. And we're also running a 5-week bootcamp to teach new members all the necessary tools to participate in the Capture the Flag competitions. And we will be on our Discord during the breakout session, so feel free to stop by and ask any questions. And we hope to see you there. Thank you.
Everyone, the Discord link is in the Zoom chat and on the spreadsheet, and we hope to chat with some of you.
Thank you guys for presenting. I definitely want to check this out now because I don't know if you guys had this club last year, but I just found out about it and it's very, very cool. So thank you guys for presenting. Next, we're going to be moving on to Purdue Hackers, sticking with that hacker theme.
Oh, yeah, give me a second.
No worries, take your time.
Okay, my computer's being really slow. Okay, so we're Purdue Hackers. We're the largest club on campus, and I'll start by explaining what we typically do, and then I'll go into like what our objective is and why we do these things, and sort of like what our mission statement is. So TLDR form of our club is we're an event aggregator club. So what that means is like we host a lot of events throughout the whole year. These can range from technical topics to how to use Git. Recently, we hosted a stock prediction market event, and we host some super cool ones like, you know, we have game night. We had one with Bloomberg. We hosted a ice cream night. Obviously, some of these events will definitely be shifted because of COVID, but we were able to host a few virtual events last semester after school went online. So we do a variety of stuff to engage with the CS community. Our goal is to foster an environment with not only kids in the CS department, but throughout the whole campus. We often collaborate with different clubs outside of the CS discipline as well. We had an event with IEEE last semester, which was a pretty big event. We taught them how to use, we basically created a SSH/editor workshop where we taught them we taught kids how to use an editor coupled with the SSH capabilities to, optimize their workflow rather than using Vim, because a lot of kids are not too familiar with Vim or don't want to use Vim because of, multiple reasons, high learning curve, et cetera, et cetera. In addition to that, we are sort of the one-stop place for, so Facebook, Bloomberg, Microsoft, a lot of these companies come to us to host these events, and we help them out. They donate us money to host a lot of these cool events. And we kind of help them out with that, with resume aggregation as well. So oftentimes we'll be asking kids to hand over their resume so that we can send it over to their companies. But some of the big events that we hold are hackathon related. Hence our name, Purdue Hackers. So a hackathon is basically a 24 to 36 hour period where students build something. Typically it's software related, but it can be hardware related as well, just due to the nature. Most of the time they are software related. And we host Purdue's freshman only hackathon called Hello World. This semester it will be virtual. Also, in addition to that, we help a lot of students bring forth their ideas and come to fruition. So if, let's say, a student is interested in hosting a workshop regarding a particular topic, we help them out. We can provide them supplies, we provide them the outreach, and they're able to go about that. And we have links with professors and whatnot. So if you're looking for research, we're sort of like the middle ground between the students plus the faculty and companies. In addition to that, we try our best to make an inclusive environment for everyone at Purdue by hosting this event. And pretty much our goal with kind of hosting these events is to make sure that people are aware of everything that's happening and they're able to cultivate skills outside of the classroom experience. Because many times the things that are taught in classrooms tend to be very theoretical and not applicable to the real life as much. So we try to bring in that component of the things that you learn in classroom with like practical skills. So for example, if you take a tool like Git, which is very graph theory intensive, things that you might learn in CS191, we actually teach you, so you have Git, how do you actually use this graph theory concept that Git is built on and actually use it productively. So these are sort of some of the reasons why you should join Purdue Hackers or check us out. We'll be having your call out next Tuesday, and we'll be sending out our information for that on our mailing list. Make sure to go on PurdueHackers.com. Sign up for our mailing list. We'll be sending that out soon. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, email. We meet every Tuesday, 6 to 7 p.m. EST through Zoom, obviously. Got to practice the social distancing. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much Purdue Hackers. And we'll be answering questions during the breakout session later on.
Thank you, Virat. I'm going to stop sharing yours. So thank you, Purdue Hackers, for presenting for us now. We're going to go to, oh no, so sorry. We're going to go to Hack the Future for now. So Hack the Future will be presenting. We kind of skipped them before.
Awesome, thank you. I'll just share my screen right now. All right, can you guys see it?
Yep.
Great. Awesome. So just to introduce myself, my name is Nguyen and I'm the president of Hack the Future. And then Vicky and Nate, if you guys want to introduce yourselves as well.
Hello, my name is Vicky. I'm the vice president of Hack the Future.
And I'm Nate. I'm the treasurer of Hack the Future.
Awesome. So just to get into Hack the Future, so we're a new club on campus. This is actually our first full semester being here. And what we do is we build software application solutions for local nonprofits. So we volunteer a couple hours out of the week every week to work on software projects, and we hope to create finished products by the end of the semester. So we have 3 goals going in mind going into the semester. The first goal is to make a positive impact in the community, and we do this through the projects that we host. The second goal is to use software to improve existing systems. So a lot of the nonprofits we've been in contact with lately, they have a lot of out-of-date, maybe paper and just like slower systems that we want to provide software to improve for them so that their way of life is a lot easier. And our last goal is to create a fun and social environment for teams. We know since everything is virtual this semester, everything's gonna be a lot different and this is gonna be a big challenge, but we'll try and host as many social nights and have as much fun as possible throughout the semester.
So our schedule for this semester, so right now we're in the process of recruiting students and forming teams. We do have a small application process for students who are interested in joining. It's a very informal interview. We just want to get to know more about your time commitment and stuff. And then for the majority of the semester, after teams are formed, we will start working on the projects. And so that people can get to know each other better. And in the last 2 weeks of the semester, we will be wrapping up the project and handing off the project to the nonprofits so that you guys can study for your finals.
Right. And here we just kind of have a quick overview of kind of like what the timeline looks like. I'm just going to go through it super quickly. So we had a couple callouts last week, and then we have more callouts this week. And our applications, they close this Friday. So if you're interested, definitely be sure to apply this week, and we'll have the links available for that, obviously. We'll be conducting interviews all of next week. And then we'll be finalizing the teams the following week, and then kind of just getting ready to jump into kind of some of the projects we have lined up. So that's pretty much just our timeline.
Awesome. So the way each team is going to work is that we'll match up one team to a nonprofit. Right now, we're looking at 4 nonprofits that we're talking to, so that would be about 4 teams. And the way the teams are structured is that there'll be one team lead who oversees everything. So they'll be the ones in contact with their own team, the executive board, which is us, and then also the nonprofit. So they'll just be there to make sure that everything is going on the right path. They'll be laying out kind of like a roadmap for their developers to follow, and they'll be making sure that the nonprofit has everything that they want in the project. So each team will also have 3 to 5 developers, and these developers will just be taking up tasks that are laid out by the team lead. And like I said earlier, we expect all the developers to dedicate a certain amount of hours per week towards the project, just so we can make sure that the project is finished before we get to finals week, so that everyone can focus on their studying. And then we also want to have a designer for each team, and this designer role will be a lot less involved in the code and just be focusing more on the design, just how the project looks and feels, the UI and the UX. So if you want to stay up to date with us, here are our social media accounts. We post reminders about our meetings on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want to email us about any other questions, you can send us an email at htfpurdue@gmail.com. And here is the application form. If you stop by our breakout room later, we'll have this up so you can scan the code or just open the link and fill out the form. And like what Nate said earlier, this is due Friday. It's a really quick application form, so if you are interested, I recommend filling it out pretty soon. And that's pretty much all we have today, so thank you.
Thank you guys for presenting. I'm going to share my screen. Thanks, Newen, Victoria, and Nathan. I enjoyed your presentation a lot, and I also didn't know about this club, so I'm very excited to look into these afterwards. Also, I got a question in the chat, so I just want to mention it before we move on. Freshmen, I would sign up for as many clubs as you want. You can always see how much of a time commitment you can handle during your semester, but a lot of these clubs, I'm like, oh snap, I wish I joined them. So definitely just check out their Zoom sessions, sign up for them. If you find you're not having time, you can always just email them and drop the club, but way better to sign up for more than not signing up for enough. So with that, we'll be moving on to AMCS, which is also known as Association of Multicultural Computer Scientists.
Hey guys, just give me a moment while I pull this up. Great, are you guys able to see everything all right?
Yep.
Sweet, all right. I'm Melissa Ristrees. I am the public relations person for AMCS, and I'm just gonna get started here. I think I have other officers as well. Anvi should be on as well.
Hey,
Not sure.
I'm the vice president.
Is that everybody? All right, cool. So a little bit about us. Well, we strive to create a community within the CS community here. We are really good at getting you guys to start networking with companies, because there are a lot of companies that like reach out to us specifically for AMCS members. And we try to help you guys, I don't know, show yourselves off a little more, because I know like some students think that what they've done is not that impressive. And we're just here to tell you, like, it is very impressive. Do not undersell yourselves to these companies that really clearly want Purdue students. Diversity for us is if you don't, or if you're just an ally to us, we'll accept you with open arms. Okay, one of our events that we do of these companies, and we've also got the other companies. These are like the main ones that like show up almost every year. We also got in Salesforce in the past. On the who else have we
These are just a
got?
couple of them. Goldman Sachs, Bloomberg, Google, Microsoft, Liberty Mutual. There are a lot of big name companies that have been working with us, and they love to see people apply from our club. All big companies are looking for diverse students, and this is a great way to stand out.
Yeah, most of the time that after the diversity panel, there's a little meet and greet, so you can like talk to employers and figure out how you can get your leg up in the interview process as well. Another event that we usually do is Movie at Wabash. Clearly, we can't do that this year, but we are trying to replace this social event with a different type of social event. During the breakout rooms or in our callouts, we would love to hear what you guys would want to do. We've been juggling ideas here and there, but we're open to whatever the members would like to do as well. Every year we like sold these out, so it's such a shame that we can't do that again this year. This one is a really good interview workshop that we do every year. We weren't able to do it this year because the Microsoft person switched for Purdue. But basically the idea of this is right before, a couple of weeks before the CS Career Fair, we hold a Microsoft interview workshop where they come in, they take your resumes here, and they also like give you some coding challenges, some tips, some interview tips as well. But this is also like your first grab at giving your resume to Microsoft, because usually in the serious career fairs, the Microsoft lines are really ginormous. Yes. This is one of our bigger events that we have in the spring, a coding challenge where like students of any age group can come, and code. Now we separate them from like freshmen, sophomores, and junior, seniors, because you know it wouldn't be fair to have those compete against each other. Ami, would you like to talk more about this?
Yeah, so we basically just have like a hacker rank, which are very similar to interview style questions that you might get in your first round. So they're a really good prep, and yeah, we usually have 4 big prizes at the end. Last year we had, I think we had a TV as one of them, headphones. There are some really great prizes that we have at the end, so I would definitely recommend coming to these events.
Yes, to add to that, we also get these questions most of the time from companies. So it will definitely be like companies sort of giving you a test run at their hacker ranks. Okay, well, applying for general membership, it's not really an application. It's more like if you show interest, we'll let you in and we'll like put you a part of this community. Basically, what we ask from general members is to help out with some of these events. So like any of these events caught your interest of like helping set it up, then just let us know and we'll add you on to that committee, to that group that like is in charge of putting it together. Also, there's going to be a lot of executive member positions opening up. So if you guys want to boost up your resumes, that's a really great way to start doing so. We will have a call out tomorrow at 6. You should definitely RSVP for it before you get into it, because we would like to be able to communicate beforehand. And yeah, so we'll answer any questions in the breakout room after this. Ami, would you like to add anything?
I added the link for the form in the chat if you guys want to sign up. Yeah. And we also have this in our breakout room.
Yep. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Anvi. Thank you, Melissa. So now we're going to be moving on to BoilerMake. Is the BoilerMake Club able to present right now, or?
Oh, I was muted. I'm sorry. I was muted.
No worries.
I said I was pulling up the slides. My bad. My bad.
You're good. Take your time.
Okay. Cool. Can people see this? Good.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm Nathan. I go by Nate though. I'm the president of BoilerMake. And I'm joined by some of our other executive board members if they want to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Vicky. I'm the design team lead.
Hi guys, I'm Iris. I'm the communications team lead.
Hi, I'm Ariana and I'm the UX lead.
Hi, I'm Albert and I'm the dev lead.
What's up? I'm Carlo. I'm the sponsorship lead.
And together we are BoilerMake, and we basically our job is to organize the Purdue's largest hackathon, and we have over 500 members attend. So just a little bit about what BoilerMake is. So I kind of described this before, but it's a 36-hour hackathon that we hold every year, and we invite up to 500 people through our application process. But specifically what the BoilerMake Club does is we're a group of about 30 undergraduate students, and we are in charge of organizing everything. So all the food and everything, all the planning, that is done by us, and it takes us a really long time. It takes us almost a year to plan this 36-hour event, so it's a lot of work. And it's something that's a little bit different about this club versus other clubs is that we only have recruit on kind of like a different schedule from other clubs. So what we do is after the hackathon, we'll be sending out executive board sign up links, and we hold 2 rounds of interviews. So it can be a little bit, there's a bit of a process to join the club, but we just want to make everybody aware kind of the club, and like if you're interested, especially in the hackathon, definitely be sure to apply this year. We posted our socials before, but yeah, feel free to follow us and get more information on that. And then we'll kind of go into like what each of our teams do for each of our team leads. That's kind of how the executive board is organized, and then each of the leads will kind of talk a little bit more about what they do. So oh, sorry, and I didn't realize I had some of these pictures. So we're a very close-knit group as well. So we do a ton of social events. It's a little bit different this year, obviously because COVID, but last year we do a retreat every year. So last year we went to St. Louis as a group. So some of these pictures are us at St. Louis, and then at the top right, that's us at like 3 a.m. organizing the hackathon. So it's a lot of fun. Everybody's super close knit, so it's awesome. I don't know why. Okay, anyways, yeah. So here, Vicky will kind of talk about the design leads.
Wait, I think you skipped comm.
Did I skip comm? Sorry.
That's really awkward, Nate. You were on comm. Okay, so the communications team is basically in charge of all of our communication with our hackers. So we do this through our emails and also our social media. Right now we're kind of in off season since we haven't really announced anything about our hackathon yet, but as we get to more off season and as we get closer to our hackathon, then we'll start sending out more information on our social media and through our emails. But as Nate already shared, you can follow us on our social media and you'll see all updates on there. Actually today after the call out, we're gonna be posting a question, kind of like question box on our Instagram story. If you guys have any questions for us, you can just go ahead and pop those in the box and then we'll go ahead and answer those for you. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested in learning more or if you have any questions for us. And then we're also in charge of promotion for our event and marketing. So we'll do this by going to like other classrooms. Well, I guess like joining the Zooms for CS classes, and we'll talk about our hackathon. And we also build relations with other hackathons, primarily MLH ones, since we are under MLH. So we'll like promote their events for them, and we'll share our hackathon and our materials with them too. So we like to develop relationships just around the nation with these other hackathons. And then we're also in charge of documenting the hackathon. So that includes, so that's just a summary of what the communications team does. And then design is next.
So design is in charge of creating the theme for the hackathon. We actually already have a little sneak peek released on our Instagram, so you should go follow our Instagram and check that out. We also basically design anything that needs to be designed. So a lot of the other teams will request designs from us and we will give it to them. So we do like the logos, design the website, posters, and decor, and a bunch of other cool stuff like swag.
So for dev, our job is to build the website for the upcoming hackathon. You can actually check out our repo, github.com/BoilerMake. I think it's a public repo. And yeah, so basically our job is to kind of update the website, add any necessary additional features and stuff like that.
All right, what's up? I'll try to keep this brief, but sponsorship, as the name suggests, is in charge of raising money for the hackathon. Hackathons can't really happen if we don't have money. Things like food, venue, prizes, all require money. And where do we get it from? We get it from other companies who are interested in showing up and talking to various hackers that attend. So the main job of sponsorship is essentially being that point of contact for companies reaching out and making sure that they have a good experience so that they want to join us again in the future.
Okay, so for UX or user experience, we basically do a lot of the actual event layout and logistics. So normally in past years, we would plan out the venue, the layout, also the food, swag, prizes, a lot of the fun parts about going to a hackathon. And we also work alongside Purdue conferences, which help us coordinate such a large event. Since this year we are going virtual, things will be looking a little different. So we'll be focusing on like the live streaming and virtual communication platforms. So hopefully we'll still be able to create a really cool virtual hackathon.
Cool, and that's pretty much it for our presentation. Feel free to reach out to us on our socials or by email. We team@boilermake.org. Yeah, I think thanks everybody for listening. That's it for our presentation.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm actually currently on the BoilerMake team, and I'd just like to add that what I love most about BoilerMake is it's actually filled with a great group of really great people. So feel free to check them out on their social media. Next, I don't know if you can see my screen, but next we'll be moving on to USB, which is also known as the Undergraduate Student Board, and the organization currently hosting this event. So just give me a second. And then just for some more information, this is our last presentation. So right after this, we will be having breakout rooms. So make sure you have the spreadsheet link open. All right, so can everyone see my screen?
It says it's loading. Okay, you're good now.
All right. All right, cool.
So Purdue USB is the computer science undergraduate student board. The way I would best describe this is think of us as the middleman. You have Purdue CS, then you have USB, and then you have the Purdue Computer Science Department. So what we do is we take in feedback based on our Purdue CS classes and our peers and communicate them through to the department and back and forth. So what does Purdue CS USB really do? So we exist to promote a supportive and engaged community within Purdue's Computer Science Department. And we use this relationship you probably have heard of, really are the middleman between the students and the faculty. And we use that to communicate back and forth about events or changes that we want to make to the program. So a really big part of Purdue USB is initiatives. So initiatives are kind of these year-long projects that Purdue USB takes on throughout the year. And these initiatives usually end up becoming big features for the department or for most likely you've heard of a lot of these initiatives. So some of our current initiatives is CS193 tools. If you're a freshman, you have taken this class. It's pretty much sponsored and taught by USB, and we help run it and as well as plan the curriculum. Another initiative that we have is a CS191 panel, which usually occurs in the spring, and it has a panel of different students in CS from different tracks and different mindsets to see what sort of experience you can have in Purdue CS as a whole. Some of the other initiatives we have are help rooms for students, office hours. We do hold office hours virtually this semester, I believe, for any Purdue CS student struggling or needing any help with their classes. We host an undergraduate student forum, which is also where all undergrads in the Department of the Computer Science discuss their experiences and advice for the department in a town hall. And additionally, some of the current initiatives that we're working on this year are mentorships, because we want to foster more growing and collaborative environments between underclassmen and upperclassmen. So feel free to check that out. But Purdue USB is really this big board that has a lot of initiatives, a lot of projects, and our main mission is to help you as a Purdue CS student have a better experience. Our president is currently on this call, Ariana, or like not president, vice president, sorry. Would you like to say anything?
Yeah, hi. Okay, so I'm the vice president. I will say that for all of the freshmen and then even not the freshmen here, I came into CS with not a lot of experience, like no experience from high school actually. And I definitely felt like, I feel like USB has helped me like solidify myself within CS a lot. It definitely is like, it's a board where you don't have to have a lot of technical experience or anything like that to be a member. That's not really what we look for. What we look for is just a passion for encouraging students and for making life better for students within the department. So it was like a really great experience for me as a freshman to get started. And obviously I'm vice president now. So basically if you like, don't worry about applying or feeling like you don't have enough experience for it, because as long as you're passionate, we would love to have you. So that's really, I think, other than that, you did a great job explaining it. So.
All right, thank you so much. So going back to me, here are a couple pictures, but join us. We actually do the same thing as BoilerMake. We don't actively recruit in the fall semester, so keep an eye out for any important events or announcements that we might post on social media. We start to begin recruiting around December, early January, so keep an eye out for that. I think Purdue USB is a great experience, especially if you care about Purdue CS as a whole or the department as a whole. I think it's a great experience for you to join and see how these changes are being made and to even have ideas that can be implemented in Purdue CS. I think that's an amazing feat and an experience as well. So feel free to check us out. These are our contact infos. And while we're on this topic, this is the last presentation. So we shall be having our breakout rooms right about now.
So if you're interested in any of these clubs or you want to know more, go back to that spreadsheet, click the particular Zoom link that the club has posted, and feel free to go in there, chat with them, ask them questions. From what I've seen, especially as a freshman attending a lot of these callouts, Purdue CS as a whole is very friendly, very open to questions. So don't be afraid to just drop in, ask them about the club, learn more. It's just a great experience to get to know all these amazing opportunities that we have on campus. So yes, I can't wait to see you guys in breakout rooms. Thank you so much.